Okay. Good evening. Depending on the time you are watching this video, it might be morning or afternoon. So right out here is evening. I am going to make a video for KOMU e-library, and depending on who is receiving this video, the librarian or IT personnel, I'm going to walk through some of the features that are there, especially the part that has to do with registering users. So to get to the site, as before, you go to the school website. That is KOMU, sorry, that's komu.edu.ng. From the site, you find a library, and there's a URL that I've already sent before to the librarian how to get here, but it doesn't matter. You can also get that from here, again, open source. While up here, you just simply change this here to admin. Enter, bring you here. Okay, I was logged in, so it just took me right in. However, and this way is supposed to bring you in for you to enter your login credentials and sign in, and then you're in. Okay. First thing is talking about here is the registering of admin users. So, well, for now, we're not adding new admin users. So, if you want to add an admin user, just put the name, the email, initial password. The person can change password after being registered. Then you click on add user. That user will be in. Then they have the ability to suspend the user for any reason. Okay, that's to add the admin users. Here is to upload lecturers. Okay, so if you click on that, you can enter all the lecturers one at a time, entering their name, the email address, and their password. Then you click on add, for instance. I'm going to just write some gibberish. Name, email address, for instance, and then a certain password. You click on this, and that user is in, and then you put in a second user. Again, gibberish, and the certain password. And that user is in. You do that for all your users, but we're not doing that. So I'm going to delete these users, and they're out. Okay. Alternatively, you can use an Excel file that looks like this. An Excel that has the first row as first name, email, and password. The next row, subsequent rows carry the names, email address, and corresponding first passwords for all the users. So an example of that, I have one here on my desktop. Well, it's not really my desktop. Anyway, this Excel here is an example of that. I can share this Excel with you on WhatsApp. So this is an Excel. There's a typical example of what I'm talking about: name, email, and password. If you're using this for the lecturers, don't worry about the student name up here. It doesn't matter. Just put the name of the lecturers here, the email addresses, and the password, because this same format is what you're going to use for the students too. Name, email address, and password. Yeah, this one you need to fill this one as librarian. I know. But for that of the students, you don't need to fill this. The IT people will give you the Excel themselves. They will generate this Excel. So yes, for the IT person probably watching this video, you have a list of students that have paid their fees. So you make an Excel of those students having their name, email, and the passwords of their students' account that they're using, current password they're using. So you already have that in your database, the password that they're using to log into your software. You put that password there. But if you don't have the password for any reason, which would be very surprising, go ahead and put maybe 123 and let all the students know that the initial login is 123. Haven't logged in the first time, they can go ahead and well, no, they can't change this password because it's a password that's supposed to tie in with it on. So anyhow, you decide. I leave that to you. So password, email, and that, and then you save the file. Save it somewhere, and you will call it up from here. From here. So well, I'm going to attempt to do that for the staff. So say that's the file. I click on choose file, and say this is the file, and scroll down. Click on upload here. Yeah, it's going to tell you this. All fields are required. It is doing that because these fields are blank. So this is a trick. This is what you just type anything here. It doesn't matter what you type here, here, and here. Just to make sure those fields are not blank. This is something I'm going to correct subsequently so that it doesn't tell you that. But for now, I left it that way to make sure that each time you're registering a staff, you must put these things because if you don't have an email and a password, that staff will not be able to log in. And there should be a name attached to that staff. So there's a reason why I make sure you must put all of these fields. So if you're importing, just put anything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then click on upload down here. And it's going to spin a little bit, and then it's going to return with the imported records. These are what's in that Excel. So I'm going to delete these again. One, two, and they're gone. Okay, that's it. It's that simple. Have an Excel file containing all your stuff that's supposed to have access to it in this order: name, email, password. I need to state this again. The top row must carry full name, email, password. Well, it doesn't have to be full name, but have to write something up here as name, email, password if you like. So when the software is importing the records, it will skip the first row, knowing that this is the title row, and take the rest. So don't go ahead and just put the names, email, and password without that first title row up there. It's going to skip whatever is up there, and then everybody but that person will be able to log in, and that's not what you want. So student login is here. It's similar. It's just the same thing. So yeah. So what this is how it is. Well, let me start by just showing you this is a simple part. You click the select the file, and then click upload, spends a bit, and then they're in. Okay, so this is it. There are a list of students that have paid their fees so far. Maybe there are 50 of them. Okay, ICT gives you those 50 names in an Excel file. You upload them like this. Okay, and they can log in. Now, those are people that have paid from maybe January till today. Now, from this date, from tomorrow to like next 3 months or so, another set of students have paid. So you import another set of students in, and you come in here and click and upload them, and are going to add to the list. So you can increment the list. It doesn't clear the list. You increment the list each time you get new set of people that have paid fees. You put them in Excel, you import them. You keep doing that until the end of the session. When it's the end of the session and it's a new session, you require them to pay a new set of fees. What do? You come out here and you click on Clear Students Database, and they're all gone. So nobody can log in again till the new set of people that have paid fees. Okay, that's what the university wanted to do initially. But the university decided that no, once someone is in there, they should be there perpetually and be free to log in anytime, whether or not they're paid fees. Then you don't need to clear it. Just leave the database as it is and do it one time, and that's it. So that's how you import records for the students and the lecturers. Very simple. Of course, you already know how to upload materials. We talked about this before. Enter the category name, the file, select the files. You can select number of files. And is this category open source? You know what that means. It means that if the answer is no, then it's going to be restricted only to the students. Otherwise, you say yes. It's open source. Yes means that everybody that goes to your site can see it, and then you click upload, and they're there. You already know how to do all that. Then this is edit category. Like this allows you to change the name of a category. I don't know if there's any category like chemistry. Let me see. Okay, I don't know what categories are there, but if there's a category there called chemistry, for instance, if you run a search, you find that category. You click to select that category, it will appear here. And now the category is this category open source. So if it was open source before, it will show yes once you select it from this list. And then you can go ahead to now say no and click update, and that category will no longer be open source. So that's up to you, especially for those progress materials that you're making open source now. In future, you just come and select those categories one at a time and update it. Each category you search for, you select, it appears here. You make it will come as yes because, of course, you probably have made them yes, and then you just say no and click update, and it locks it up only to your students. Then, yeah, that's upload learning materials, edit categories. Now, this is opaque. I noticed you've not entered anything. If you had, they'll all be here. So for you enter your book titles here, the author, the year, number of pages, number of copies you have, uh, session number, what? Then enter class number, and then you click on add, not update, but add. You add, and they'll keep appearing on the side. If you made a mistake, you select that, click on the record on this side, it will appear here. You make the necessary changes and click on update record. That's when you want to save changes to an existing record. And all of those will appear for the students. When the student logs in, like, okay, let's go back here. All right, it's open source, right? Okay, well, since okay, let me do this. You going as open source now, you see this. This is because this one is open to everybody. If you had logged in, if you had used this other one that says e-library and resource portal, you'll see something that looks like this, but it will not show you your name, the person that logged in. If it's a lecturer or a student, person will see the name here. You'll see opaque on this other side. If you click on the OPAC, it will show you the list of those materials that you've added here. They'll all be there for the person to see. So that's the OPAC is just there for the students that are off the school to see what's in the library. So yeah, that is everything. I don't think I missed anything out. But if I did, feel free to send me a WhatsApp message and I will reply accordingly. Thank you.